Hey y'all, coming to you from the international headquarters of ScottieDTV, but I was at the Pigeon Forge Rod Run, and I had the ScottieDTV Dirty Dozen up there. I do that in the spring where I invite 12 cars from the channel. Well, 12, 13, 14, 11, you never know, it's a Dirty Dozen, right? But anyways, I invite some cars up there. I did something a little different this year. I invited some cars that hadn't been on the channel. I knew they'd qualify, that's why I invited them, but they hadn't been on the channel, so I had to shoot features on them while I was up there. One of them was this 71 Challenger RT by Concepts By Fineline. Very nice car, not an over-the-top custom, just a really cool, nice, clean car. I think you're going to like it. Let me get the camera turned around, we'll take a quick look at it. Shawn, thanks so much for giving me some time today to tell me about this hot rod.
Yeah, thanks for having me on your show.
Not a problem. Tell me what it is.
It's a 1971 Challenger RT 340 car.
And you all built it at your shop?
We did, yes. We built it back in 2011.
Who'd you build it for?
Chuck and Teresa Bruce.
And what was the concept going in on this one?
He just wanted a car he could drive. That's all he wanted, just a factory 1971 Challenger like he had in high school.
Yeah, because I mean, you've done some trick stuff to it, but from the most part, when you come up, it just looks like a really clean Challenger, you know?
Thank you. So we built the car twice, actually. Okay, so the first time we built the car, it was a 340 factory car. We put it all together. We had it all
numbers matching and all.
Numbers matching.
Oh, okay.
All factory suspension, factory drivetrain, factory interior, and then what we did is I went a little crazy on the painting and the bodywork. And when I got that all done, and the client looked at it after we sanded and buffed it, we said, you know, this factory stuff does this car no justice at all. So
factory stuff was out of place at that point.
It was. It looked very odd. It's like, you know, shining up part of a fender and leaving the rest of the car dirty. Right. And so at that point, we had to rip the car all the way apart.
Right.
And that took 3 more years to redo everything else on the car.
Wow. And it's a vinyl top car. And you know, the thing is, like when vinyl tops were everywhere, I didn't like them. But now that you don't see them anywhere, it's like, it's very cool to see one still come in.
It is. People get tired of the same old stuff. So now all of a sudden, a car that wasn't desirable back in the day, 1956 Chevy, you see them now and you're freaking out over them because you've seen the 55s and 57s forever.
Right, right.
So it's nice to have a unique car. And you know, more importantly, the client wanted the exact car he had in high school, and that's what we gave him.
That was exactly what it looked like.
A little bit on steroids.
Right, right. It was a little bit. Now all that chrome trim and everything around it, that's all?
All factory, 100%.
Really? Yeah. And the wheels, what wheels you running on it?
We're running 20-inch ADV1, 5-spoke, 200 mile per hour, 3-piece aluminum wheels. And them are the third set of wheels we put on there before we actually decided we got it right.
Right. Well, I mean, stance is so important, you know?
And we still haven't adjusted the stance out yet. So the problem is those wheels, we put them on there on Tuesday, and the car got shipped out Tuesday night. Right. So we barely got them on before the shipper came and got the car. Right. So we'll get the stance correct in the future.
No, it looks very good. What's power in it?
6.1 HEMI, a 2012 6.1 HEMI with a 6-speed automatic transmission.
And what kind of horsepower? Is it just base, or did you sit up to?
No, it's just base. I think it's rated about 440 horsepower, something like that, if I recall.
And you said you're not done. You're going to do a little more work up under here, maybe?
We are. So as soon as it gets back to the shop, we're going to send it out and get a supercharger put on it.
Cool.
So apparently, you know, it's one of those cars you never stop on. We started building it in 2011, and we'll be probably done in 2020, I think.
Right. Well, I mean, the thing is that you're doing a good job. It's not like they're pulling the car from you. The client's not pulling the car from you. They just, every time you do something, it's kind of like replacing something in the motor, and now you find your next weak point. You know what I'm saying? So every time you step it up, then it's like it's next to something that wasn't stepped up, and it's like, guess what we got to do now? We got to go back and fix that.
That's exactly correct.
You know, but have you made any kind of modifications body-wise or anything to it?
The body, all we did is we tightened up all the gaps, we sharpened all the lines, and just gave it a nice crisp edge. And what that edge ends up doing is it gives it a car that has way more dimension and just more depth. It's kind of like a cartoon drawing of a car.
I got you. And that black, that's pretty black, isn't it?
Yeah, thank you. So I probably spent about 10 years designing that black. I've tried about every black out there, and finally I figured out that PPG single stage version mixed with the base coat version, about 8 coats of paint, finally achieved the look I was after. And I think it's the blackest black out there.
Yeah.
There's always, you know, new blacks out there, but every black I've tested, everybody that showed me they have the blackest black, this one's still a little blacker.
Right. And that's funny because whites are the same way, but you know, when you look at a white car or a black car, they all look black. They all look white until you put a bunch of them in a row. And then all of a sudden, some of them look gray and some of them look black and some look somewhere in between.
That's exactly correct. You got to get right beside the car before you can tell. And that's what we do. You know, I mean, I like to see the blackest black out there, and so some people say, oh this is blacker, and I like to look and compare because who knows? I mean, paint changes all the time. I like to, and we're still the blackest black I've seen so far.
Right. So who's to argue? Show up and prove them wrong. That's what I say. What about the interior?
So interior is a factory style interior. We ended up using European leather, and we matched the grain. So that car factory had smooth panels and it had grainy panels. So we ended up doing the same look with European leather. But we did end up giving the seats a little bit more cushion just to give it a little bit more of a wow factor.
Right on. Well, brother, I think it turned out great. Anybody we need to give a shout out to or anything I forgot to cover?
The owners, I mean, they've been very patient with me on this whole matter. And I've had their car for 6 years, and they've been very patient. The greatest people to work for, Chuck and Teresa.
Have they got it back at all?
They haven't. And the funny thing is I said, hey, we got to put this at your shop or go take it back home because I'm always worried about someone around his car. I've got barriers all around it, and I mean, he'll take it home when he's done. He said.
Right.
So
what a wonderful thing. Tell me, where's your shop located? People want to follow you, check out what's going on. What's the best way to do that?
Conceptsbyfineline.com is the website. I haven't done any social media yet, but we'll get into that soon. And then I'm located in Kansas City, Missouri.
Cool. Awesome, brother. Anything else we need to cover?
And then the gauges on the car, they're just, the customer is really adamant about using the factory gauges. So it took a lot more work to keep those gauges in there. But he wanted to sit in the car, and he wanted the dash to look like it was in 1971.
That's probably the second biggest memory he has of that car, right? The first is walking up to it, the outside, what it looks like. But the second, and probably the most valuable memory to him, is when you sit in that seat, it's got to feel like you're back in that car.
Exactly. You want to be 18 again.
Right, exactly.
You do.
Yeah. Well, brother, again, thanks so much for bringing the car all the way from Kansas City for the ScottieDTV Dirty Dozen.
Hey, thanks for letting me be a part of the Dirty Dozen. This is an incredible thing. The car right next to me is just, he should have won the Riddler in my opinion.
Yeah.
Phenomenal car.
Right.
I mean, I can't believe I'm right next to that guy.
Well, brother, I tell people there is no charity cases on ScottieDTV or in Dirty Dozen. So understand that car is here because it deserves to be here. And I'm proud to have you, brother, and get back to the shop in Kansas City and build me some more cool.
Will do. Thanks so much, Scott.
So there you go, from the 2018 Pigeon Forge Rod Run in the ScottieDTV Dirty Dozen. A very nice 71 Challenger by Concepts by Fineline. Hope you all have enjoyed it. See ya! Hey y'all, make sure you subscribe to this channel and visit ScottieDTV.com for an easy way to search the hundreds of videos I have posted. Either click the link in the description or the one at the end of this video.